In this video I'm going to share what I learned from hours of city building. Sadly, the last time I played this game, the game's DLCs were still able to be counted using only one hand. Not even mentioning the new mods released in the meantime. So much new content to consider. Therefore I had to relearn modern city planning from the ground up. This time I took the trial and error approach. If it works, keep it. If it doesn't, scrap it and start anew. It was a steep hill to climb, and the aforementioned progress looked more like a roller coaster ride than a steady climb. But in the end I did it, even though my inner perfectionist almost killed me along the way. So let's answer the question, what building shape is the best in City Skylines? Welcome to Shapetown. The name says it all. This soon-to-be majestic city is situated near the river running east to west in the Green Plains biome. We are in the year 2022. The current population is around 0. Not even I am living there, it seems. An unfinished highway exit, a new empty plot of land, and some starting money. Not much to build a grand city, but enough to get started. First, I needed a way for the people to get into the city. My first European thought was a roundabout because screw traffic lights. I know that this surely isn't the best solution. Especially because the loading screen tooltip tried to reassure me that it is. However, I still built one, followed by some advanced city planning to get the right angles for the first urban district and the industrial area. I started the city with the simplest shape the human mind can come up with, a grid consisting of squares and rectangles. A simple yet effective approach which excels in not wasting my limited starting resources. At least that was my hypothesis at the time, which I wanted to verify. And needless to say, I did. A suburban backbone was born. But no starting city is complete without the production of power and water. So I placed a cheap yet effective coal power plant on the outskirts of the town, far away from the nearest soon-to-be first resident in order not to kill them with pollution. Or worse, noise pollution. Then I ordered the construction of a water pump in the east of the city, which only pumps the clearest water, and an outlet which dumps the produced sewage into the river down the stream where Mother Nature takes care of its disposal. Now that we have constructed everything, let us color it in with some zoning. This is the easy part. Put down some residential zones, followed by some commercial hubs, and then place your industry district near the power plant far away. The added benefit of placing your industry before your residential districts is accessibility. It also means that industrial cars don't even have to enter your other district, which in turn leads to less traffic in general. The first residents arrived and the town grew, and with it my responsibilities as its mayor. I started building services, a landfill, the most basic healthcare, advanced education, at least relative to my smooth-brained citizens. All these services cost valuable money, or city dollars. Therefore I did some quick economical micromanagement to take care of the overproduction. Decrease the unnecessary surplus to increase my profit. The town is booming. And not soon after we reached a milestone of Worthy Village. Nothing to brag about, but still progress nonetheless. However, this also meant further responsibilities, which mean services, as I had to construct a fire and police department. This is also the moment where I noticed the first space problems I have created. The grid is way too small. I quickly took care of the problem by extending the holy grid. Tiny town. With this milestone came the possibility of creating and naming districts. Square District was the only logical name I could come up with. And it was glorious until I noticed the not so happy smiley face next to the name, depicting the happiness score of the local residents. Something has to be done. The citizens desired parks, small green places where they could touch grass in their non-productive time. I was a nice ruler and therefore they got what they asked for. A park built with high quality custom trees, multiple pathways, snack shops and even benches to consume whatever they ate to satisfy their non-existent virtual hunger. And I was really proud of the park I painfully created. While looking at my beautiful green creation, I noticed something truly disturbing. Dirt roads. I somehow forgot to upgrade the cheap dirt roads I used at the start of the game. While playing zoomed out, you don't even notice them, I guess. Especially because the dirt roads were actually still sufficient enough to handle local traffic. Still, I had to upgrade them now. If not for the traffic, then for my sanity and the traffic to come. The new non-bumpy roads brought joy to my citizens, but more importantly to me. With each road piece, the happiness rose to new heights. Finally, we have achieved the glorious evolution I was dreaming about, until I unpleasantly noted that I destroyed my park from earlier in the upgrading process, since the newer roads are a bit bigger than the dirt roads I used before. So I half-heartedly and with a bit of additional pain rebuilt the park. And Square District is done, the perfect profitable backbone for the next shapes I had in mind. And damn, it was efficient. Definitely a hard shape to beat. It's time to expand again, and naturally after looking at squares for so long, it should not be surprising that I wondered, is there another shape? Maybe one corner less would revolutionize the city planning process. Therefore I started building and somehow got a tiny bit Zelda inspired along the way and created a semi-unwanted Triforce. Anyway, the Triforce district was born. However, I quickly noticed the flaws of the pointy design. It is hard to expand and not really efficient in terms of traffic and access to local services. Therefore I abandoned the project even faster than I built it, but kept it as a local attraction for Zelda enthusiasts alike. I needed a new shape. A shape which is expandable but also doesn't create traffic problems along the way. A circle was the only answer. A city which is basically a big roundabout. Nothing can go wrong since I can always add a newer, bigger circle outside the one which came before. In my enthusiasm for circles I didn't notice the immense flaw of my work until it was already constructed. No traffic problems since all cars drive in the same direction? Check. Expandable with further circles? Check. Accessibility to services? Ah, damn it. I knew I forgot something. The problem of only having a few big one-way roundabouts is that fire trucks or the police has to travel all along the way the circle to get to the desired house. It even gets worse if the station is on another circle, because in the grand scheme of things, every circle is nearly isolated from the next one. Anyway, a semi-success, but let's move on to the last shape I tested. The hexagon, commonly also referred to as the bestagon. If you know, you know, else search it on YouTube, of course after finishing my video. By combining the sturdiness and the simplicity of the square with the traffic accessibility of the circle, I hope to create the final and best shape of the city. It can only be a success. I mean, even bees are using it as their preferred shape for housing. I quickly added an additional circle in the middle for quick access for services, and then assigned the residential zones. And it kinda worked. I just made the hexagons a bit too large, thus wasting some space in the middle and increasing the travel time a bit. But anything else seems great in this low residential setting, of course. Well, I concluded the basic research into shapes, and the conclusion is that all of my solutions are utter garbage. Maybe you could actually build a functioning city out of circles or hexagons though, in combination with squares of course, but I don't really know. However, in the end, the only aspect saving my city from failing or being destroyed is its very small size, which made the lesser shapes even possible to function in first place. I'm looking at you, Triangle. Yet, I still achieved the most important thing. I got back into the game. And maybe some of these ideas will actually influence my future city planning in a positive manner. But some of these ideas should better stay buried and forgotten. I'm still looking at you. I also seem to have finally made a YouTube channel. And wow, such videos take a long time to make. All those people weren't lying. Anyways, I'm C2, thank you all for watching my first video, until next time. Maybe. I hope I don't have to react to this video somewhere in the future.